which is a crafting project to cosplay as Nico Robin. And that's where we're at now. Yesterday, I think I crafted for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, somewhere in that ballpark. But then I got really tired and I ended up having to stop. So we're back again today. What I'm working on is tassels for an armband. I think this would have been a lot easier if I had been able to find something with the tassels already there, with them already assembled. But I wasn't able to find anything like that. So I'm just making it from scratch. One more cut for this. Yesterday I started realizing, probably an hour into it, like this is gonna be more time consuming of a project than I had initially planned on it being. These guys don't want me to cut them. I don't think those are perfectly even, but there we go. And we're back to gluing. This morning I got up and I was like, why does my house smell like this stuff? Which is the hot glue. My whole house smells like hot glue. And it's because of all the gluing last night. I don't think it's fully heated up, but it's starting to look like it's melting, so. Yesterday I started using the strategy of, let me adjust this so you can see. Kind of. I started to use the strategy of using the glue stick itself to place the fake leather, because I noticed if I touch it, it just makes it go everywhere. Hi! But this is day 2 of the same project at this point, so I'm kind of ready to wrap it up. What I'm working on, if you're just joining and you weren't here last night, is an armband based on Nico Robin, the character from One Piece. And in order to do that, because I couldn't find anything with tassels on it at Daiso, which is like the, it's like the dollar store, like low cost store in my area, I just decided to make it. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just gluing. Hi! See what I'm doing here? It's supposed to be tassels. It would be cool if they were kind of slinky. Hi! Welcome to the chat. The inside of this is covered in glue. But the outside, I feel like it's gonna look pretty even. It's gonna look normal, even though the inside has so much glue. So I'm just ignoring the way the inside looks for the moment. I'm also putting more tassels in the middle because the middle is going to be most visible. So because the middle is going to be the most visible part, I want to make sure that not only do I add more pieces to the middle, I want them to be neater, and I want them to be more harmonious than the other parts, because the other parts of it are like, they're kind of like sprinkled through, but the middle is pretty even here, right here, the colors, because it's more than one color. So that's what I'm trying to do at this point. And hopefully at this point you will be able to kind of see the color change between the three different now colors that I'm using, because I'm using a light brown, a dark brown, and then black. I wish I had a way to show the angle differently, but I don't really have a good way to do that, so I'll just hold it up once I've added more pieces. I didn't realize this was going to be so time consuming though. And this is what we have so far. I think this piece is too short, but I don't think it's a big deal. I need more glue. I haven't done a craft project like this in a long time. And I feel like yesterday, after gluing several pieces on and changing it around a lot, I was like, man, I probably could have done that more easily in a different way, but I kind of only had a partial plan when I started this. So now I have 5 more of these to add. Oh, I have 2 from yesterday. So 7 in total. Where do I want to put this? At this point, I'm just picking the parts that look a little bit thin and adding more glue there. Thankfully, this dries very fast, so it's not something that takes a long time once I've placed it. Removing some excess glue. I was saying yesterday that had I realized that this was going to be the strategy that I was going to end up using, I would have got plain glue instead of getting the glittery, colorful one to do this part of the task. But it's fine. This is actually kind of a nice break from editing, because this morning I was editing and editing and editing. I'm still not done with the video that I was working on. But I think the video that I was working on this morning is like maybe 70% done. I just got to add music. All right, 3 more. This is where we're at. If I can lift it up, this is where we're at now. I'm really focusing on making the middle have more pieces because the middle is going to be the part that's most noticeable. And I could probably cut up some of the cord that I have, like the elastic that I have, and try and add it as tassels too, but I'm not going to do that. I feel like it's a waste of elastic, and to be quite honest, I don't think it has to be 100% perfect. I just want it to have the tassel effect. So there we are. Close enough, in my opinion. I'm gonna let this dry for a second, and then I'm going to take, can you see like the glue bits hanging off of it? I'm gonna like take all of those off, but I'm gonna give it a second to dry. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is change out the glue stick that I have in here to a gold one, and then add gold on top of this, gold letters. And I had, my plan in the beginning had been to do this. Hold on. What I did was I got some paper clips and I bent them into the shape of the letters that I need, and I was going to use those to make the letter shape on top. Something like this. But I think they're going to be too big. They might work though. I am making, if you know One Piece, if you know the anime One Piece, then you probably get the reference, but I am making Nico Robin's armband. So like, if I put it together, you'll be able to see, if you know the anime, you'll get what I mean. But you know how like Nico Robin wears like an armband? I couldn't find anything like that at the store. So I'm making it piece by piece. So yesterday I made this fake gold out of resin, and then I glued this part together. These pieces are going to be attached to each other, and then I need to put initials on top of it. So it's supposed to say B and W on top of it, and I need to figure out a way to do that neatly, because I want it to look like this is pretty much a perfect circle because I have a mold. And I might have a mold for letters, but I think the mold for letters is too small. But now that I just talked to you about that, I'm going to check and see what I have. This one is in hiragana. So that is not going to work. Although I forgot I had that. This one is way too small. Do I have any other molds? This one has a hashtag. Yeah, I don't think I have any more molds. But that would have worked if I had a mold. But I don't think I do. So now I think what I'm going to do is use this to draw. But because the glue and stuff is so messy, I'm really nervous to do that. Because I think it's, you know what I can do? I can test with the glue that I have remaining in here, because I need to get rid of the rest of the glue in here so I can switch to gold anyways. So instead of wasting the glue, I can strategically use it to try and write and see if I can write neat enough to use it. So in order to get rid of the rest of the glue, I'm going to use a dowel. I think this is going to be difficult. I got to adjust guys wish me luck. It's a little messy. Thank you. I feel like I need it. So I was able to write but I don't want to put that directly on this. It's the right size. It works, but it's not, the B is nice, and then this one is like messy. So I think I'm gonna try again and practice a couple of times before I try and use it. Also, I wonder, can I peel this off? Yeah, it looks like I can, because I'm using the dry glue that's already there, like to see if I can peel it off in one piece, and it looks like it works. So I'm gonna try doing that. It's just very difficult to control. Like it doesn't apply smoothly. Put some hot glue on the tip of the gold and jam it behind and let it cool. It will make it longer. Let's try. Okay, I mean, that kind of works. If I use the hot glue, it does come out better. But now it's whether or not I can write neatly. That actually did help. Thank you, Pickle Rick. It's just difficult to write. The thing is, I'm left-handed, okay? So now, in order to control the glue gun, I need to hold it with my left hand. And so then what's left to control the way the writing happens is my right hand. Okay, if I go very carefully, it's kind of working. I think if I can get one set of initials to come out really good. Hello again, amazing person yourself. Good to see you back. Also, thank you for the advice. I really hope so. This whole process is giving me a lot more respect for the people that sew and weld and mold their whole costumes from scratch. I think that is just incredible. Because all I'm making is one accessory, and this is like actually pretty hard. So at this point, what I'm doing is just going very, very slowly. And trying my best to write the initials. But it's definitely coming out better. I'm gonna show you when I finish the W. Because I think if I can get one portion of it written out to where it's neat, then I can use that as the base and just layer on color to that. Okay. So it's very faint. It's barely there, but we've got a B and a W. This one is B and W too, but it's a little bit too messy. This one, I feel like is a good start. Like if I just layer over and over it again, it's gonna work, and it's also going to fit inside of here. So I'm just gonna keep layering. Thank you for the advice though. I feel like that actually did help a lot. I'm just pulling off the extra glue now. And even the color right now, I'm not worried about that because I have more fake gold. So I can cover the shape that I have with fake gold. I just need the initials to be made. I'm making like the center part in the middle of the B. This reminds me of like some of the stuff that I've seen that's like 3D printed, where it's like the printer layers the, ooh, not too much there. Layers the material so that it creates a shape. Once I'm done with layer number 2, I will show you guys again. Because it's actually starting to look better now that we have a foundation. I don't want to speak too soon, but it's looking better. Alright. Layer number 2 is done. So it's gradually starting to shape into a B and a W. I think I'll do 2 more layers just to make sure it's strong enough so that when I pull it off the cardboard, it doesn't all crumple. And then I'm gonna cover it with, where did my gold go? I'm gonna cover it with fake gold. The fake gold is in here because I put it in the fridge last night because I wasn't sure if it would harden and I didn't want it to harden. But yeah, this is the fake gold from yesterday. It's liquid fake gold. It smells terrible. Absolutely horrible. My hand is shaking, and that's causing it to like not go on smoothly. Stop shaking. You know those memes where it's just like the person screaming? Like I feel like I just went, ah! Stop shaking. I think the B is substantially harder than the the W, because the W is basically, I'm getting so frustrated. The W is basically just simple lines, but the B is a pain. All right, I think that's good enough. I think it's gonna be able to withstand the fake gold now. So I think I'm just gonna use a little stick I had to try and like press the sides in to make the shape a little bit better on the parts that will go still, because it dries quickly. And then after that, we're gonna coat it in fake gold. And start the process. Do you think I should do one letter at a time? I kind of think I should do one letter at a time, because like if I do the letters at the same time and one of them comes out bad and then it messes up the other one too, I'm gonna be frustrated. All right, that's the W. Now I just gotta take the cardboard off the back. This would have been much easier if I had a mold. Yeah! I did not expect to be doing this part of the craft this way. I wish I had like a knife that would take this off, but the scissors are kind of clumsy. Come on. What I really don't want to do is get hyper fixated on being a perfectionist and keep messing with it and then mess it up. All right. So here's the W. I think it kind of looks like a W at this point. And I think what we're gonna do is put it on top of this, which is an old mold, and then put some fake gold on it. We're basically going to paint it with fake gold. I'm gonna turn the glue gun off. It smells so bad. It's a fake gold. I don't actually know if it's safe to heat hot glue under resin. I should have asked ChatGPT before doing this. Because I don't actually know what's going to happen to it once I heat it. All right, here goes nothing. Should I be wearing a mask? Should I be concerned? Yo, it's like glowing in the dark or something. Look. I don't know if that's safe. Maybe I should wear a mask. Someone tell me if this is safe or not. Also, I feel like the resin is just like spilling. It's like spilling down the middle somehow. Okay, let me just leave it alone and let it cook. But I definitely think at this point, I need to wait and see how that comes out before I do the B. Do you know technically if it's safe or not? It's probably not safe. I'm gonna pull a Rick Sanchez. Watch me turn into a pickle. Or end up in a different dimension. I don't think glue can do that though, so. It just looks like it's glowing. That's the main thing that's happening. I'm so curious. I'm gonna move it again so you guys can see. It's also difficult to tell if it's dry or not, because it's not, there's no like way of telling if it's dry. It just, the light goes off. And the light goes off when the time runs out. It doesn't matter how long it needs. I'm probably gonna have to do this several times. I'm kind of wishing I had used gold. I love your optimism. Like, you are so encouraging. I kind of wish I had used the gold glue. But I am not 100% sure that would make any difference, because I know that I'm going to need the gold glue to stick it onto the thingy. I don't know. I'm really glad that you're enjoying watching, because this is a process. All right, let's see if the resin has hardened, because that's a real test. Like, did it work or not? Okay, I'm happy to announce it is kind of working. Let me see if I can move it closer so you guys can see. Can you kind of see? Like, it's basically going to be a W with the fake gold, and then it's going to go on top of the coin thing like that. But I have to cover it in fake gold. But it looks like it's actually, it does look like it's actually working, which I'm actually kind of surprised by. So let's add more. Yeah, it's actually coming out a little bit better than I thought. Oop. Why did I take it off the thing? It needs to stay on the thing, because it's, I don't want to get the resin all over my hands. I don't think that's safe either. Especially not with the fake gold on it. I don't want to get too much fake gold going and then make it distort the shape. It's starting to look like a butterfly instead of a W to me, but I guess at this point it's the thought that counts. It's back under the thing now. See the little gold puddle? That's why I started to say, like, I think I need to slow down with the gold. Because it's gonna make the shape disappear. I wish I had bigger letter, whatchamacallit, thingies, molds. Because if I had bigger letter molds, I think that would make it 10 times easier. I wouldn't have had to struggle with the glue gun and the glue and trying to make the custom fonts. But I mean, it's kind of progressing. I just think it's weird that it kind of glows too. And it smells funny too. The light's about to turn off. I think maybe when it turns off, I will try and do the sides this next time. Because, like, see how the top now looks like pretty much gold, and then the sides are the main parts that glow kind of weird? I think I'm just going to try and cover the sides with the fake gold. All right, now time to do the sides. I'm surprised. It's kind of coming out a little bit better than I thought it was. So I'm tentatively encouraged to keep going. Not too much. Guys, the smell of this is like chemicals, chemicals, chemicals. Nothing but chemical. I would not do this at home. And if you do, please ask ChatGPT first or Google if it is safe. All right, so I'm gonna put it under the thing one more time on this side, and then I'm gonna flip it over so that the underside is covered too. And then probably I'm going to turn the glue gun back on and use the gold hot glue to try and connect the two together. I don't know. I'll probably use either resin or hot glue or both. Do you think resin's gonna be more secure or hot glue? Hi! We're crafting today. Yesterday we made a fake gold coin thing. This is made from resin. You can see on this side, like all the swirls of color. And then this side is like just more glittery. And we're making if you know One Piece, then you kind of like already probably have an idea of what I'm trying to do. No, you definitely wouldn't want to eat it. It would break your teeth for sure. Resin is extremely brittle, or at least the resin I'm working with is very brittle. But I'm worried about attaching, and then I'm also worried about it staying on. So it needs to be able to do both. I also have super glue. So if all else fails, I could just use super glue. But I want to like use the super glue sparingly because I don't have a ton of that. I just have a little bit in here. So I don't know. We might have to super glue it. Should I paint the B while the W is in the cooker? I think probably not. I don't want to get ahead of myself because I feel like once I start going fast is when I ruin stuff. So I'm just gonna let it keep going. It's still trying to finish drying off the resin on here. And once the light turns off, I think I'm gonna take it out and test it to see if it's dry on the top and then flip it. Yeah, I think you're right. It's probably better to take time, do it right the first time, than rush and then ruin everything. All right, I'm checking to see if it's dry. Rough up the surfaces that you plan on putting any glue on. That would be my advice if you wanted to. Absolutely, I definitely appreciate your advice. I don't know if I have anything I can do that with. So here's where we're at now. Let me see if I can move it closer. So it's supposed to be a fake gold letter. I feel like you cannot see it that well. Can I put it on top of something? Ipa. I need something I can put it on that you guys can see. Because I feel like it's like a black surface would be like the best way you can see, but I don't have anything that's like dark enough. I know. Yeah, you can't see it that well. But when I put it on the thingy, it does kind of look like a W. Okay, I'm just gonna flip it and put more resin on it and try and make it at least even. Because I feel like that's at least a good starting point. Because if the letter itself looks okay, then it should look better when I attach it. So that is now the plan. You know what I could do? I could put on the bottom some glitter. It's supposed to be a W. Oh, okay, sorry. I think what I could do is I could put some glitter on the bottom to give it a more rough surface, because the resin is automatically going to dry smooth. But if I put glitter on it, the glitter might give it more of a sandy feel, and that might give us more of ability to glue. And if it's going to be on the underside, I guess it doesn't matter what color glitter it is, but I have to make sure that all of the rest of it is dry first. Yeah, we're going to try that. So the resin that I have is clear. Like it, whenever you get it from the container, it comes out clear. And then yesterday what I did is I added, this is like a powdered fake gold. I would open it, but it makes such a mess because it's like very, very, very fine. And then this one is like crafting glitter. So I mixed that into the resin. And I also mixed some color. So you can buy, there's like a little piece of ribbon. You can buy color that you add to resin and then use that to make the resin whatever color you want. I have other colors too. I have purple, black, white, red. But I mixed all of that together yesterday, which is why I have the fake gold over here. Turning the light back on. So yeah, that is the plan. And then the rest of it, the goopy part is the glue sticks. So in order to make the shape itself, while we're waiting, I think I'll just peel the bee off of the cardboard, if I can get it off. Yeah, I made the shapes by layering glue from the glue gun. The process kind of made me think of 3D printing, because it's just, I just picked one shape that I wanted and then layered it over and over again until I got the final shape. I think if I had a stencil or a 3D printer or a mold, it would have been a lot easier. But we just had to wing it. I'm gonna try and poke. For some reason, maybe I should leave it on there. Do you guys think I should leave that on there? Ooh. There's like cardboard behind it. And I could try and poke a hole to remove the cardboard, but I don't think it affects the shape too much. As long as it doesn't fill up with glue, maybe I should leave it. I don't know. I'm keeping an eye on the light too. Leave it? Okay. You have good advice, so I'm going with your suggestion. We're just gonna leave it. I don't know. It's about like this, the thickness of like an envelope or something. It's not like the full cardboard, but it seems like it's pretty much sealed behind the glue. So it's not loose. It's like pretty much fastened to the glue. The light just turned off. I'm gonna let the light go this time for one more time, and then when the light turns off this next time, I'm gonna do the finishing touches on the W. Because as you can see, the W is mostly done. It's just like the parts that are glowing, kind of bluish, are the parts that are still a problem. So I need to put the finishing touches on the part that's kind of bluish purple. And then after that, I will add another bit of layer on the top there and add glitter to that so that it's more rough, so that I can glue the pieces together. That's what we're gonna try and do. The bee is almost done. I'm just putting the final touches on the bee. Oh, light went off. Hopefully the W is not still... No, it seems like it's dried. I wish I could show you guys more easily, but yeah, for the most part, it looks like it's dried. From the top, I don't know if you guys can see that better, but it's actually starting to look pretty solid. So I think I'm just gonna touch up the sides mainly. That looks like where we're missing color. That went on easily enough. Maybe I have to go ahead and put it under the light now, because I feel like there's no other way for me to hold it without getting the resin all over my hands. So back under the light we go. Here is it under the light. And as you can see, the part that's kind of glowing is gradually shrinking the more paint or color I apply to it. But it takes a while under the light. Maybe while we wait for this, because it seems like it's going to take a while, we can glue the other part. Yeah, the goal is for it to look glossy. So I'm going to turn the glue gun back on, because this seems like it's going to be a patience game. I also got to keep track of time. Okay, we're good. I got a couple hours, actually, to finish this, so we're all right. Light went off again. All right. I'm gonna pick the strings off of this because I don't want to glue them on further. So we're just gonna pick all of the little strings off that are loose. Trim them with the scissors if I have to. How did that happen? This one doesn't want to come off. I don't want to cut off this tassel. This is really going to be fun to clean up afterwards. Because all of these little pieces of glue and all that, I'm going to have to clean up later. But I guess it's okay. All right. To put the coin on straight, I think I'm going to fold it and then put a dot of glue so I know where the center is. Just a tiny dot of glue on both of them. And then attach it in the same, roughly the same spot. So right about here. And then this one. Fold it and put a tiny dot of glue. Fortunately, the part that it needs to be glued on for this side is already like not the cutest. So all right, here goes nothing. I'm just gonna put a ton of glue on this one. I'm having doubts now. But I feel like if I put enough glue, it's gonna stay on. So if not, since I put it in a big chunk, I feel like it's gonna be easy to get off. It's kind of making a mess. So I just need to take the glue off that's like excess, because there's like excess glue back here. But I think we can do that. In the meantime, our letter, our fake gold letter, I think it needs a little more paint. Maybe I should not do this over the top of the part that's already done. I'm gonna put this back under the LED light. Now that these are attached, I'm gonna start trimming off the glue from it. Especially in the back. There's just like a big piece here. I don't really want it to be visible, but it's kind of visible. That's annoying, but I don't know if it can be helped. Okay, on the back, it seems like it's pretty secure, to be honest. It's just maybe a little bit visible. Almost got it. I just want it to come out nice, and like, I'm trying not to be so focused on it being perfect that I ruin it, trying to like, because I feel like you can do that. Like, you want something to be better, so you end up making it worse by mistake. Whichever path is easiest is the best choice, and start there. Helpful when navigating new things until you learn otherwise. Okay. Here with the philosophy and theories. I like it. I also think, so like in college, I studied business at first. And then I wanted to hurry up and get my associate's degree, so I ended up majoring in art. And I think it's interesting that like business and art and like logical things and artistic things have a really close relationship, you know? Because I feel like with art, it's like more intuitive. And then with business, it's like, okay, where's the numbers? Like it has to be a certain way, you know? But I think with creativity, it's like a different way of thinking that's just as valuable. Where you're trying to solve something based on what feels that it should be that way. I think. Although with like ancient Greek and Roman sculptures and stuff, I think that had to be pretty technical as well. I'm gonna hold this part until it dries because for some reason the way the first layer of glue went on, it created kind of a bubble, so there's like a gap. So I want to make sure the glue adheres properly. It's trying though. Alright, I'm gonna leave that for now. I feel like I should be wearing a mask. Because I feel like it's like making me want to like sneeze or cough. So the W is pretty much done, I think. If I'm being a perfectionist, which I am, I think I could go in one more time with the fake gold, which I'm gonna do. And then I'm gonna get a mask because I feel like this may not be the healthiest thing to do. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a mask. Oof, my knees. Oof. Okay, I'm back. I got a mask and I opened the window because I feel like it's not good to breathe in this these mixtures. I think one of the most valuable things about art is it can make people who are very different have shared feelings or understandings of things. And I think that's really powerful. Okay, that's one letter pretty much done. So I feel like it just might work. Look. Definitely looks like a W on there to me. So now all I need to do is finish the B to the same point. I feel like it could work. Like this could actually work. So, like we talked about, yeah, the air is definitely helping. But not the air. Like we talked about, I'm going to leave the cardboard behind the B. And I'm just going to paint the fake gold on the way it is. I'm trying to put fake gold little by little on the cardboard in the back So that way when you look at it, you're not going to just see cardboard just sitting in the back. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's still there, but I didn't want to do both of them at once and just like dump color on top of them. Because I think maybe in this situation, going slowly might be the best way to get a good result. All right, we have started applying paint to the bee. And by paint, I mean resin with pigment. So now we wait. And maybe what we can do in the meantime is add some glitter to the back of the W. I don't think this one has to be so much perfect. So I'm just gonna put it in at the same time as the bee. Also, I've noticed, I don't know if it's all resin, but I've noticed that resin is not really super fast drying. So I kind of can take my time with this. The light went off for the bee, but I'm not ready yet. I have gold glitter, but the reason I'm not using the gold glitter and I'm using the bronze instead is that in the end, just in case I decide to add or touch up any part of what I've already done, I can only do that if I have enough supplies. So I don't want to waste all of the supplies that like go together with the colors I'm already using. And this bronze is just going to go on the back, so it doesn't have to be matching with everything. Boom. It's so glittery. Look. Although I wish now that I had done that in the tray as opposed to directly on the cardboard, because now I need to move it. I think it'll be okay. Please don't make a mess. All right. More fake gold. When I'm kind of like wiping it off, it's not even so much because I'm trying to save the color, because I know I have a lot of it, but it's because I want it to go on evenly. So if I just like, because this is not a paintbrush either, this is just like a dowel. I feel like at this point you're almost as invested as I am. Like, we gotta see this through. Don't worry though, I will post a picture of the entire finished look when it's done. Because I feel like that's only fair. Like, we've been all doing this whole process together, so no matter how it comes out, I gotta share the end result. Now I'm waiting. So technically, am I sitting on it? Technically, I could add to this. And I'm saying technically because, where is the thingy? Guys, I don't know where I put the thingy. Okay, here it is. I have this. So the main circle part came from the center of this. But I could do from this side and fill that up and try to make like a border to go with this. And I'm kind of thinking that might be smart. And the reason I'm thinking that is because the border, if I added a border and it worked the way that I'm thinking, it would add extra glue on here, which would help reinforce the connection. And it would frame the letters more completely. And I'm thinking it might fit. And I mean, the main thing is, like, I think it would hide the imperfections of my work, which I really like the idea of. And I don't really think I have a lot to lose because, like, I think I have enough resin to do it. Maybe I should make more fake gold before I do that, though. Which means I need the right colors. This one's yellow. Yes. Orange. And brown. And then here is more resin. I'm just going to try it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to try and make the ring. And if it fits, then perfect. Like, it could go exactly the way that we want. And then if it doesn't fit, it kind of like is no harm, no foul. Like, I just have a ring of fake gold for no reason. The W is done. And as we talked about, the glitter was safely able to make the back more rough without us having to try and find a tool or object to sand it with. Let me set this here so I don't lose it. So that worked. And so now we just got to be patient with the B. Thank you again for the idea. That was a really good idea. So we just got to be patient with the B. Carefully applying resin. And putting it back under the thingy. Takes a little while. I'm starting to think, so yesterday I was doing this, right? And then towards the end of it, I had a really, really bad headache. And I'm starting to think maybe it's the chemicals. So hopefully the mask helps. That sound, the bells tolling, means it's noon. It pretty much happens every day. I feel like the B is going faster with the painting. But on the downside, the B is not as smooth as a W. Like, I feel like with the W, I somehow did a better job of making the letter itself smooth in appearance. Where do I do live about? You mean where am I streaming from? I'm streaming from Japan. It's noon. Where are you watching from? If you don't mind sharing. Yeah, I'm streaming from Japan. So it's still daytime here. Most of the light in here is natural light. Texas! We moved to Japan from Texas. I got so much love for Texas. I miss the food and the people and the roads, the speed. Because here it's like you can only go like maybe 40 kilometers on most roads. And when you convert that, it's not very fast. Like, it's like, I think the fastest I've driven on like the highway or freeway here is like 75 miles per hour. And I'm not totally sure because the conversion again, but I think the fastest is like 75 miles per hour. But like, that's compared to Texas, I feel like it's, yeah. In Texas, people, I feel like they're typically polite. The drivers are usually polite. Like in San Antonio, that's where I used to live. In San Antonio, people are polite, but if you're gonna go slowly, you're probably gonna get honked at. You had a Californian say what? About the roads? Or about how Texans act? I grew up on the West Coast, so like when I first moved to Texas, I was a little bit nervous, but I loved it. I absolutely love Texas because I thought it was going to be so different and I was worried about like fitting in and all that, but I loved living in Texas. Yeah. They drive very fast in Texas. Like, I lived in San Antonio, but I had to go to Houston one time, and Houston terrifies me. Like, drivers in Houston, I don't know what it is, but it's like, I don't know. They actually scared me. I think now I'd be nervous just to like get used to driving on the opposite side of the road again. But yeah, Houston drivers, man. If you're from Houston, I'm sorry, but like Houston really scared me. Like, thinking about Texas right now really makes me want to go to Buc-ee's. Like, if you're not from Texas and you're like trying to follow the conversation and you don't know what we're talking about, Buc-ee's is like the best convenience store. Like, it's just like huge and they have so much stuff there and it's always clean and you can just get random stuff there. I think I'm gonna have to do this one more time. I might have an old memory card somewhere that has like Buc-ee's footage on it. Cause I started my YouTube channel in Arizona, and then I kept doing it when I was in Texas. And then I went through a rough time in life and I just gave up on YouTube entirely. I deleted everything. So I don't have those videos anymore, but I might have the memory card somewhere. I've never tried Buc-ee's for breakfast food. I feel like I'm missing out now. I've been to Dallas at least once. And I loved it too. We were around we went through Dallas, Frisco, and McKinney. And that area is so pretty. Like you said, huge. Lots of space, clean. The first time I saw it, I was like, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe, like, this is a thing. And it's also interesting because, like, Texas apparently has a lot of, like, German history and German influence from German culture. Because there are a lot of people that moved to the U.S. from Germany that came to Texas. And the reason that comes up in my mind is like we ended up visiting some areas in Texas that were like established as German towns or cities. And like the way that they're built with like the cobbled streets and stuff like that, it's so cool. There's like a subscriber on this channel that's from Germany, and it made me more curious about it. And then I had a coworker that was from Germany too, and she would always talk about how nice it was. So it's interesting to see how different places can be influenced by each other, I guess. Is what I'm saying. We're still waiting on this bee, but I think it's almost done. I'm going to let the light go one more time. Then after that, I'm going to coat the back with some more fake gold, put some glitter on it, and then glue it down. But I want to wait to glue the W. I could already glue the W, but I want to like wait till they're both done so I can line them up. Further north in Texas. Further north, like where? Like how far north? I haven't been like all over Texas. Like we've driven through El Paso, Texas. I lived in San Antonio for a little while. I visited Houston and Corpus Christi. And we visited Rockport too, which I really, really loved. And we've been to Fredericksburg. And I'm trying to remember the name of the other area that we used to go to. And I don't remember what it's called. But it was like kind of far from where I lived. Yeah, I don't remember. But it was another like German established city or town. I mean, I guess. I guess. To me, I kind of think like because growing up in the U.S., like I'm used to that. I don't really think of it so much as like a flex, I guess. No, it's just that like there's some parts of Texas that have like German styled buildings, like they have like cobbled streets and stuff like that. Fredericksburg is one of those places, I believe. And then there's another area where it's like they have cobblestone streets and like the way some of the old buildings are built. It's like that. Oh, Austin. I've been to Austin too. No, you're good. You're good. Like when we first moved to Japan, I was scared to drive or take the trains. So it took me a while to even leave my area because I was too scared to go anywhere. Like I at least had the option to go somewhere and I was just too scared to do it. So I get it, like everybody's kind of like in different places. Also, kind of like with my life, the way my life has gone. Now that I think about it, I've ended up moving around a lot. And some of it has been more so because I needed to move for work. So it wasn't so much like, oh, like I'm excited, I'm going to this place. It was like I have to move for work. So it wasn't, I guess I didn't appreciate it fully, you know? But now that I think about it, like I have been to several states in the US and I have got to travel a lot. But I didn't think I would be able to do that when I was younger. Like I always wanted to, but I didn't think I would be able to do that when I was younger at all. I guess my point with that is like even if right now your car is not working enough to drive far away or wouldn't be possible, um, I think maybe one day it could be. Cause like when I was a teenager, I was driving like my dad's car. I didn't have my own car yet. I was trying to save for it. I worked at McDonald's. The car, like you couldn't open the door, so I had to climb through the side window. I couldn't open the driver's side door, I think, so you had to climb through the window like a NASCAR driver and then just shuffle over. And then I saved up and I saved and I saved and I saved and I bought my first car and then it broke down like 4 days after that. This is truth. Um so yeah, like being living in Japan now, it's not really something I thought I would be able to do. But I feel like if I can do it, literally anybody could do it one day, you know? Yeah. I don't think I could do the workload that I did then when I was like in my early 20s um and teenage years now because like I would just work and work and work and work. Like I remember one time I had 3 jobs and I was going to school and I woke up and the sun was up. So like when I woke up I could see sunlight coming into my room and I panicked because I was like which job am I late for right now? Cuz it shouldn't be sunlight. Like I should already be at work. And then I realized like the second or third job I didn't have to go to that job that day or something. But now I don't think my health could sustain working like that easily. So I think the consequence of doing that was sacrificing my health in a way. I don't know. All that to say, um, I'm definitely not somebody who thought that I would have an opportunity to travel the world or live overseas. And the fact that I've even got to do any of it is really surprising to me sometimes, like even today. And I feel like if I can do it, then you definitely can do it. And I want other people to be able to feel like that when they watch my channel. Like I'm not like a mega influencer that already has millions of dollars. It's just like pulling from my millions. Like I worked at McDonald's at a point. I'm not there now, but I'm definitely not a millionaire or anything either, you know? I'm a lot better off now than I was then, but I'm still not like, I've got a golden spoon that I eat from, you know? I think you understand what I'm saying. While I was talking, I put the glitter on the letters to keep them in place. I'm going to show you an update. on the letters. This is what we have. And see how you can kind of see the glue underneath? I feel like that might be hidden if I made another ring, because this part fits in the center here. So maybe that could work. In the meantime, I think I'm just going to try and glue these down, and I hope that that doesn't cause them to fall off or something. We're heating up the glue. Hopefully it works. I'm nervous. Yeah, it's not fully hot. I think if the glue is already hot, it's going to help me minimize the chance of mistakes. So I'm going to try and wait a second for it to heat up. Man, I don't like being patient. But it's not hot yet. Maybe since these are already done, while I wait for the heat to increase, I can add a little bit more resin and fake gold to the fake gold mix. Let me move this so you can see. Like, this is how it starts off. It's clear when you first add it. I'm checking the time. Okay, on time. I don't really think it needs more brown or anything, but maybe a little more fake gold. Oh, this is so messy. I was trying not to spill it. Oh my gosh. I'm going to add a tiny bit more gold glitter. It didn't really spill. I just dropped the lid. I think I'm mostly out of that glitter, so I'm going to use this one. They're pretty close in color. I mean, even if it's a short drop and the part with the glitter inside of it fell, I will probably be vacuuming glitter from this same part of the rug for the next month. But fortunately, we avoided that. All right, here goes nothing. We're about to glue it on. This is low-key making it a little bit of a mess, but I think that's okay. I'm very glad that I decided to use the gold glue, because I think it makes it a little less obvious where the mistakes are. And now I'm using the dowel to press in any glue that's spilled over while it's drying. Yeah, that didn't work. So it's too smooth. It just peels right off. That's not gonna work. We're gonna have to use super glue for that. Uh-oh. The moment of truth. The super glue has a paintbrush on it. So oh my gosh. Easy. Guys, I'm nervous. Because this glue, like once it's on, it's game over. Like it's definitely staying on. Eek. All right. Anywho's, it's glued on. I think it's mostly straight. Here's what we have. I think it looks better from overhead. And I'm also wondering if the ring would look good on it. So I'm gonna make the ring. Which means more resin. This is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be in the beginning. I thought I was just going to, like, I don't know, maybe take an hour or two, but this has become like an extended project. Yeah, now there's a new problem that I didn't count on, which is if it doesn't perfectly go into the ring, how am I going to sand it? But maybe that's not a major issue. Maybe I can wipe it before I set it. I don't know. There we go, straight into the carpet. Brilliant. Thankfully, there's a piece of hot glue already there, so it kind of helped save the carpet. Also, this carpet's very old, but I'm not trying to do that, you know? So then here's the ring of gold. I don't know. Can I get rid of the excess a little bit? I don't know how this is gonna set, but I'm just gonna try. I might need a sanding tool for that, and I don't have the kind of tool I would need. And probably conversely, if I was gonna do that, I just realized what I could have done. What I could have done was done the bigger piece first and glue that one on, and then done the smaller piece and set them separately. But now, because I've done the bigger piece second, the only choice I have is to sand it if I want it to fit. And I should probably leave this one alone because I don't want the super glue to get jarred. So now we're back to making the gold. I feel like this one is going to take a little bit of a while. More chocolate. I'm definitely going to have to sand it. I think the super glue that I used is probably going to take 24 to 48 hours for it to set. Someone walked past and they sounded like a sim character or something. Their footsteps were really loud. Usually once it's hardened, you can start to tell because the color changes. But I don't want to mess with it too much and then risk damaging it. Yeah, it's definitely started to harden. 100%. As I'm working with it, I'm starting to feel optimistic that it might it might just work. Because I can tell it's already hardened. And then hopefully I can break off any pieces that are excess. Hopefully. Once the light turns off this time, I'm going to flip it over. I definitely don't want to take it out too soon, because if it's still partially wet, it's going to have a very gooey texture. And even if I try and put it back in the mold, it won't fix it. At least I don't know how to fix it. Like if I take it out of the mold too soon and ruin it, I don't know how to like recover the smears or damage that it does. There's probably a way to do it if you're really good at working with resin, but I don't know that yet. Because I don't really have a lot of experience working with resin. I just knew that I had it on hand, and I thought it might be able to successfully accomplish the task. But yeah, that's why I want to be confident that it's done before I try and take it out. Alright, so when I pull on it from the side, it looks pretty firm. So I think I'm going to try and take it out. Okay, it worked. I think this would have worked so much better if I had already if I had sanded it so it just slides into place. But I don't really have a sander. Yeah, I don't think that's advised. It could work. Because it's firm. At this point, it's firm, but it's not immovable. This could work. Maybe a little bit tedious, but it might work. Yeah, I definitely don't think this is advised. But the texture of this resin and the consistency at the moment. Oh, it's because it's not 100% set. Because I just found a leak. Yeah, that's concerning. All right, back under the thing you go. I feel like I need to wash my hands. I just got another idea, but I'm worried about the actual outcome. I could glue it. Just concerned about the way it's gonna look. I'm thinking about it. I feel like it would be so much easier if I could just get the center part to fit together. I don't think this is advised. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to do this, but where is it coming from? I got the glitter and fake gold everywhere. But I don't know which part of this is like leaking and causing that. Oh, yo! We're back in the game. We are back in the game, I think. So, here's what we're gonna do. Because I just realized that this is gonna snap down. We are going to heat up the hot glue gun again, make a circle of glue, snap everything down again, and then dust everything with fake gold to give it more of a finished effect and to distract from any imperfections. And then we are going to call it a wrap. While this heats up, I'm just going to trim back any other parts that I think are going to make it difficult to fit. Keep it away from my face too, because all right. So now that I know at this point that this fits over the top, I am just going to to press it on. I kind of can't believe it worked. I'm worried about it not sticking as well. But it seems like the hot glue was able to secure. Maybe the hot glue is not good at securing the resin to resin, but the hot glue does seem to be effective in securing resin pieces to fabric. So moment of truth, guys. And one more round. Trying to go quickly. Come on. That's what the outcome looks like. Because the outside ring is still a little bit malleable, I am going to, I think I am going to add, originally I was just going to use hot glue, but now I think what I'm going to do is add a little bit more resin in here just to try and cement it. Guys, this feels like a big risk, big reward type situation. Because if it doesn't work, I feel like it has the potential to ruin everything. I feel like slow is smooth and smooth is fast, but the dowel, I'm nervous about pouring it. I don't think pouring it is the right move. Let's use the paper clip I was going to use earlier. Because if I pour it and it just sloshes everywhere, it's going to ruin the whole thing. It's going to ruin the whole thing. Oh, come on. I feel like at this point, this is gone to a level, a place I was not trying to take this project, because this is like resin everywhere and trying not to ruin it. I mean, we just went in there and did it at this point. I really hope this comes out okay. I don't know if that was a good idea, but I just basically filled it in. Just poured it in. And I don't know if that was a good idea or not, but at this point I've already done it. Because it's going to eliminate the gaps. Here goes nothing. I feel like once I heat it, I can't fix anything. Like I've already cemented it in place. So I'm trying not to heat it. Chinkity. It actually, I hate to say this, but it actually kind of looks better with the ring on it. While it's in the thing heating, because I think this is going to be the last couple of times I have to heat it up, I'm going to start cleaning out and open a second window, because that's even more chemicals than last time. Here's how it looks right now. So that's the look we're going with right now. And I guess we just have to wait for it to come out. Right now, I'm just putting everything away in the background. Once the light turns off, I'm gonna check on it again. It looks like it still needs to be heated again. So I'm just gonna keep turning the light on intermittently. Oh man. Well, I think I am going to leave it under the light for a while longer and then probably come back and check after 24 hours after it's had a chance to fully dry from the super glue as well. So I will probably make one more update showing you guys. It might be actually me trying to wear it. So stand by for an update, I guess. I will provide another update later. But for now, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to wash the resin off my hands and get back to editing. So that was the crafting for the day, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Bye.